NATO stands at a precarious juncture, with the possibility of conflict with Russia looming closer than many anticipated. Germany's defense minister Boris Pistorius recently suggested that Europe could face its last peaceful summers for some time, warning that the first shots might be fired as early as 2026. This alarming scenario underscores the urgent need for European nations and NATO as a whole to strengthen their defenses and prepare for potential aggression from Russia. Pistorius made these statements during an interview with the German newspaper Frankfurt Allgemeine Zeitung on November 15, coinciding with the 70th anniversary of the German armed forces. While the discussion initially focused on Germany's military state and Pistorius' tenure, the conversation soon shifted to Vladimir Putin and the ongoing war in Ukraine. When asked whether Germany is acting quickly enough to counter emerging threats, Pistorius stated, "Putin makes no secret of his imperial fantasies in which our freedom and our order as we know them have no meaning. We must respond quickly and decisively to this threat by strengthening our defense capabilities. There is much to be done." Pistorius emphasized the long-standing neglect of Germany's armed forces, noting outdated infrastructure and reduced personnel numbers. He highlighted the need for faster action and a unified approach across the democratic center parties, reflecting a broader consensus in Europe and NATO on the importance of bolstering defense capabilities. These warnings are echoed by NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Rutte has repeatedly urged member nations to accelerate defense spending and military modernization, while Zelensky has expressed concern that some European countries are not moving swiftly enough to prepare for a potential Russian invasion. Earlier this year, Zelensky warned that Europe remains militarily weak, citing insufficient troop numbers, limited air forces, and inadequate drone capabilities. He predicted that by 2030, Russia could significantly enhance its military capabilities, if not countered effectively. However, Pistorius and other European officials now suggest that the threat may arrive sooner than previously expected. Intelligence and military experts speculate that Russia could be ready to strike NATO nations within the next few years, potentially as early as 2026. This timeline has accelerated due to Russia's war-driven economy, which allows it to produce weapons at a scale far surpassing NATO's current output. For instance, in a 3-month period, Russia manufactures as much ammunition as NATO does in a full year, and is projected to roll out thousands of tanks, armored vehicles, and advanced missiles in the near future. The implications of such rapid militarization are severe. Modern Russian missiles travel at multiple times the speed of sound, reducing response times for European capitals to mere minutes. Pistorius warns that there is no longer a clear distinction between East and West. Any attack on one NATO member would be an attack on the alliance as a whole. This reality underscores the necessity for swift, coordinated defense measures across Europe. European Commissioner for Defense Andrius Kubilius recently reinforced this urgency. Speaking at a conference in Vilnius, Lithuania, Kubilius highlighted that EU intelligence services believe Russia could test NATO's strength much sooner than 2030, possibly within the next 2 to 4 years. The most likely targets, according to Kubilius, are the Baltic states, Latvia, Estonia, and Lithuania, but any attack would constitute aggression against all NATO members and the EU. To counter these threats, many European nations have already ramped up defense spending and modernization efforts. Poland, for example, leads Europe in defense investment, allocating 4.7% of its GDP to military improvements in 2025. Germany, long hesitant to increase defense spending, has committed to raising its investment to over 3% of GDP by 2029. Following Russia's invasion of Ukraine, Germany also initiated structural changes to its armed forces, creating a unified operational command to streamline decision-making and introducing a fourth branch for cyber and information warfare. Germany has further invested in procurement and production. Rheinmetall, the country's largest defense company, received an €8.5 billion contract to supply 155mm artillery shells, with deliveries starting in 2025. Additional purchases include main battle tanks, infantry fighting vehicles, and helicopters. A new national military service program will also begin, mandating that all German men aged 18 and above complete a suitability questionnaire for service, with screening starting in 2027. The goal is to strengthen Germany's conventional forces and prepare the nation to defend itself and support NATO allies. Pistorius remains confident that even if Russia strikes sooner than expected, Germany will be well positioned to respond. The Bundeswehr has improved significantly in recent years, with better equipped forces and more efficient procurement processes. Active efforts are underway to increase personnel, enhance infrastructure, and accelerate contracts for advanced weaponry. New F-35 fighter jets, Chinook helicopters, Leopard 2A8 tanks, and Sky Ranger systems are part of Germany's long-term modernization plan, alongside a fully deployed Lithuanian brigade stationed on NATO's eastern flank. A key focus for Germany and NATO is drone warfare. The war in Ukraine has highlighted the transformative role of unmanned aerial systems, with drones being used for reconnaissance, interception, and offensive operations. Denmark's Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen has praised Ukraine as the world expert in anti-drone capabilities, stressing that European countries must learn from Ukraine's frontline experiences. Pistorius emphasized that Germany aims to develop drones in close collaboration with companies and end users, ensuring that they can be rapidly produced and deployed in a defense scenario. Emerging technologies, such as artificial intelligence, are expected to enhance these systems even further, potentially allowing Europe to surpass Russian capabilities in the future. Despite the rapid technological advancements, traditional heavy equipment remains vital. Military experts predict that future conflicts will involve combined arms warfare, integrating artillery, tanks, aircraft, cyber operations, and drones. Germany's efforts to streamline procurement, improve innovation cycles, and foster collaboration with private defense firms reflect the urgent need to adapt to these modern warfare requirements. The looming threat from Russia also necessitates improved air defense capabilities. Recent drone incursions into Polish airspace revealed gaps in European preparedness, with only a fraction of the drones intercepted. Ukraine, by contrast, has established world-leading air defense systems that have successfully neutralized large-scale drone swarms. Europe must emulate these systems to protect key infrastructure and civilian populations in the event of a Russian strike. The human cost of inaction could be devastating. The ongoing war in Ukraine has already resulted in over 50,000 civilian casualties and around 400,000 military losses. Even if Russia cannot achieve outright victory against NATO, it retains the ability to inflict severe damage and casualties. By preparing now, European nations can save lives and strengthen their deterrence posture. Looking forward to 2030, Pistorius has set ambitious targets for Germany and NATO. Germany plans to maintain a reserve force of over 200,000 soldiers, with active duty forces between 210,000 and 220,000. Procurement will be further accelerated with the full deployment of advanced fighter jets, helicopters, tanks, and air defense systems. NATO's unity and readiness remain central to these plans, ensuring that the alliance can deter and respond effectively to any aggression. European countries face critical decisions in the coming months. While some are already taking bold steps to modernize militaries and improve readiness, others may need to reprioritize their defense strategies to address immediate threats. With experts warning that a Russian invasion could occur as early as next year, there is little time to waste. In conclusion, the geopolitical landscape in Europe is rapidly evolving. NATO and EU nations must adapt quickly to the threat posed by Russia, balancing investment in traditional military capabilities with rapid technological innovation, particularly in drone warfare. Germany's efforts provide a roadmap for modernization and readiness, but the entire alliance must act in unison to ensure collective security. The coming years will test Europe's ability to deter aggression, protect its citizens, and maintain peace in a region long shaped by historical conflicts. Preparing now could be the difference between survival and catastrophe, making defense modernization not just a strategic choice, but a moral imperative. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed the content, please hit the like button and subscribe to stay updated with our latest videos on YouTube.